Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Larson. Thanks for joining me in another episode of Keep It Real. Today, I just want to mention a couple things about choice. So we all have choices to make, like a choice of car that you want to drive, a choice of do you want cable or do you want satellite? You have a choice of what restaurant you're going to go to. You have choices about what kind of jelly you're going to put on your toast. So we all have these choices, but one of the most important decisions to make your healthcare, oftentimes people assume that they only have one choice. But one of my goals of the show is to educate people that they have more than one choice when it comes to their healthcare needs. So I had a patient the other day who, 2 days ago, that she was an elderly woman who has low back pain, but she has a bigger problem. The bigger problem is a couple years ago she went to a doctor for this back pain, and he only had one tool in the tool bag for that, and that tool was Dilaudid. Dilaudid is a really strong opioid medication, and so she got put on this medication, and because that was the only tool in the tool bag, the medication kept getting prescribed over and over again, much longer than really what a medication like that should be prescribed for. And her daughter, after her husband passed away, her daughter brought her to me to see if there's another choice that we can make with her healthcare needs. And the bigger problem that she has is the withdrawals that she's going through coming off this medication, which is just sad and wrong. She shouldn't be on this medication, particularly for that period of time. And now at this point in her life, she has to white knuckle through a really uncomfortable withdrawal. Everything gets agitated, her sleep, her mind, just, everything gets affected going on a withdrawal like this. And it's just affecting every aspect of her life, and there's no real shortcut for it. She just has to go through the process. We're doing some nutrient things to kind of help her sort of detox through the process, but we're also working on her low back with more practical means and helping her. And with just a couple appointments so far, she's already feeling better. So we know that we're on the right track. We know that that's going to work, but unfortunately she has to go through this process of withdrawals. So we all have decisions. Certainly when it comes to musculoskeletal issues, there's a lot more than medications and surgery. In my office I do a non-surgical joint regeneration technique called prolotherapy, and I've talked about it on a past episode. And basically it's an injection therapy where we inject a certain solution into ligaments and tendons and cartilage and help it to regenerate. It's very effective. It's been around for a long time, and there's lots of good studies on it. But that's just one thing. This has been a pretty serious cold and flu season, and a lot of people again think they just have one choice of taking an antibiotic or taking some kind of antiviral or Tamiflu or something like that for their flu and cold, or just suppressing it with ibuprofen and Tylenol and things like that. But there's lots of other choices. And let me just preface that with saying that I'm not anti-medication. Just yesterday, I prescribed antibiotics for a throat issue a woman was having, because that was the best choice. That was the best tool in the toolbox to pull out. But in the past couple weeks, I've had patients with, 5 other patients with sore throat issues that we treated with botanical medicine and, teas and diet and rest. And that was perfectly successful, and that was the best choice to make for those patients. So it's all about choices, because let's put it this way, your health in the future is determined by the decisions that you make in the present moment. So the next meal that you eat, the next lifestyle choice that you make determines your health in the future. And your future is a minute from now, an hour from now, a month from now. The decision that you make right now affects your health in all those time frames. So just wanted to remind you about choices, and I'll continue to bring you other choices here on the Keep It Real show, so stay tuned. And so go out, and after you finish watching this show, go make a healthy choice. Keep it real.